All right, what's up, everybody? We're back. We got another video for you guys. College football 26 leaks. We got some more stuff. People have been out playing the beta now for a couple days now, and there's some really good stuff coming out now. So it looks really cool. Game seems to have made a couple big additions. But yeah, let me know if you guys pre-ordered the game yet. If you guys have, let me know. I've pre-ordered my version. Let me know who you guys want to do with your first dynasty. Also, I got my top 8 teams for the dynasty that you guys should do in college football 26 coming out pretty soon. But yeah, we're going to be talking everything college football 26 here today and going forward. So make sure you guys like, subscribe to stay updated on all the leaks coming forward. But yeah, so bear with me a little bit. I'm going to be going over some stuff over on my phone. I have pulled a bunch of stuff, taken a ton of screenshots. And I know how EA is. If I want to show you guys, and I wish I could show you guys, but I know they'll come after me. But hey, one of the things I think our channel, I think we had a little bit to do with it. One of the things that I'm going to be looking at with you guys today is they added toggle options, basically so sliders. That's one of the big things that they added. I mean, we're looking at things at halftime recovery, week to week recovery, in-game healing, reversal pool. You're looking at transfer portal. This has got to be part of us. This has got to be us and our 9 to 5ers community, guys. We had a big part to do with this. You can do max transfers per team and user player transfer chance and CPU transfer chance. So we said this in our last video that we made about wish list of college football 26, what we wanted to see in college football 26 as far as more options, more toggle options, more sandbox. We wanted something to where it would fit the casual players and the hardcore players, and it looks like they've addressed that. So that's really cool, and it looks like you can go from 0 to about 100 on all of these. And then there's another little group of sliders. It's called the user team helps. You've got season experience. I love this. I love this right here. That you can customize that. I think that season experience is going to control how much XP is going to go towards these players. I think that's huge. If someone wants all their whole league to be maxed out, they have the ability. If someone wants it to be a slow grind, they have that ability. I think that's really cool. League advancements, normal stuff. And then you've got your same old auto recruiting, things of that nature. But then what they did, we have a whole nother tab on wear and tears. Now, wear and tear, it is different, guys. It is going to be completely different. You've got wear and tear, you've got like normal tackle impact, catch tackle impact, hit stick impact, cut stick impact, defender tackle advantage impact, sack impact, block impact. I mean, guys, we can control a lot of different things how we want to. And if the game is too easy towards the end of the year, halfway through the season, we can up it. We can change these things, which is nice. This is what we wanted. So I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah, so there's a lot of different sliders, and then one other thing I thought was really cool is they gave us more customization over each conference. So you can do, your divisions, how many there are, number of conference game championships, stuff what we had, but you can do now protected opponents. That made it into college football 26. I think that's really cool. That's a big win for us. So that's really cool. A number of protected opponents, you can do that too. I don't know how high that's going to go. We'll have to see when the game comes out. But we got to take all this information with a grain of salt. So I'm definitely going to be going back over all of this information to see what's changed from the beta to the live game. So we'll definitely be finding that out, posting videos. Formation subs, they did make it into the game. I've got a picture that I'm looking at right now, and it looks pretty intuitive, pretty quick too, on the fly, like they said. So that's pretty exciting. That's something that we definitely missed, and in the last year's game. But I think that's going to be a huge addition for us because as we want to do our own dynasties, if we have 4 or 5 different wide receivers, gadget guys, deep threats, we want to put them in certain positions and points of the field to where we can leverage them to their maximum benefits. So I think that's really cool as well that they finally got that in the game. But guys, this CFB history tab that they have, it looks pretty cool. You got national championships, conference championships, you've got your Heisman, all the awards. You've got all that stuff is now in here. And I don't know how far it dates back. and I'm trying to look, but it does show. It looks like it says all of the like 2K when they have like league history, and it shows all the past champions and Heisman people. So it looks like it's going to be like in 2K's franchise mode. And if you haven't, you know, seen 2K's franchise mode, I don't think anyone's ever complained about how much customizing that they have. Um, so it's really in depth. It's really good, and that's just some of the stuff that some of the features, quality of life improvements we want pulled over for college football 26. But yeah, I think that's going to be huge too. So that these are just a couple of the leaks, and I'm going to be reading off to you guys just a lot of different things that some guys have just put in notes. So like I said, we went over, there's different slider sets, tackling, sacks, and how much of importance, how much weight they actually carry. The transfer setting, you can set a max amount for the transfers that will leave a team. I think the default, it says right here, is 15. Can also set it to higher or lower, depending on what the CPU or actually user player wants. Guys, that is really cool, and I think that's going to be a really nice feature for us. Player customization that we're talking about here really quick. It says right here that there's not really much big changes, but it says that the face mask and helmets user interface is 100% better. That is huge because I don't know if you guys remember last year when we went to go swag out our players in Dynasty. It took forever when you got to the helmets for all that stuff to load, and you had to go on each helmet. And every time you went on a different helmet, the face mask stuff didn't line up right, so it was just really weird. Um, but apparently now we can edit QB throwing motions, shotgun stance, and under center stance. So that seems kind of new. And now we can do running back or running styles as well. And then it says right here that halfback, wide receiver, and cornerback stances too. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, is it small? Yeah, it's small little things like that, but that's still pretty cool stuff. And then right here, guys, this is one of the biggest things that I wanted, and I think that a lot of us wanted in college football 25, but we didn't have the ability. Is we can also now we can I'm looking at a picture right now. We can manually upgrade our players the way we want to. If we have a player that goes off for 400 yards and 7 touchdowns, and we get a bunch of XP, we don't have to just let him auto. If he's not that fast, we can get him faster now. If we want him to have a better juke move, he can have a better juke move now. So I think that's awesome. It says they earn their coins and you choose to apply them. And so you can buy both ratings and the abilities. And you guys, hang on a little bit. In just a little bit, we're going to talk about all these abilities. I've got them from quarterback all the way to safety of what they'll all be. And I don't know if you guys have seen that in other videos, but we're going to go over all of those. And I think that's pretty cool. Position change now. It says that week is the last week. Is last year, if you change a player's position in this week, they gained all the abilities they qualify for. In the beta, players lose all abilities when you move their position. So, yeah, so you got to watch out for that. It's a beta. I doubt that will stay the same for college football 26 through full launch. That probably won't be the case, but still, we'll keep an eye on all these changes. It says coaching abilities for recruiter. So now for recruiter, they have moved the increased recruiting of positions to elite recruiter tier 4. So pretty much to me, that seems like the cost of the perk package is going to be getting a little more expensive for us. And tons of new archetypes. And it says a lot of overlap. For example, running backs have 6 total. But let's go ahead, before we read all that different stuff, I want to list off all the different archetypes for you guys that I've got in my notes right here that I've just compiled a ton of information for you guys so you guys can be the most up to date. Okay, guys, so we're going to be going over all of them: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, everything. All right, so for quarterback, we have backfield creator, pure runner, dual threat, and pocket passer. I want to say dual threat is going to be really good, but this pure runner, that's making me think that's some Jalen Milroe vibes. I think that's going to be pretty good archetype. But guys, when College Football 26 comes out, we're going to be testing all of these archetypes, putting videos out about all of them. We're going to be doing tier lists. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We're going to have a ton of coverage and videos coming out about all of these. For running back, you're getting elusive bruiser, north-south blocker, east-west playmaker, backfield threat, north-south receiver. For wide receiver, we're getting elusive route runner, gritty possession, contested specialist, gadget, and route artist. Guys, gadget, it sounds like Percy Harvin. If you guys remember Percy Harvin, Tavon Austin, it sounds like that. I just don't think we're going to get that out of it, but we're going to test that one out very first day when it comes out. For tight end, we're getting vertical, gritty possession, physical route runner, possession, and pure blocker. O-line, we're getting raw strength, well-rounded, pass protector, agile. For edge, we're getting a speed rusher, had that last year. Edge setter, cool, like that. A power rusher and physical freak. Do not be surprised when you see these guys in your dynasties, in your recruiting tab. Physical freak, I guarantee these guys are going to be good. All of them are probably going to be good. For D tackles, you got gap specialists, physical freak again, power rusher, speed rusher. Linebacker, we have lurker, thumper, and then we have signal caller. I bet Thumper's going to be broken in the beginning. I can feel it. I can just feel it. QBs, we got bump and run. Thank you, Nick Saban, for establishing that for all of us. Field, zone, and boundary. And for safeties, we have some stuff. Coverage specialist, box specialist, and hybrid. So I think that's pretty cool. So we've got all those different archetypes we talked about right there. We can come back over here and talk about that's all of that. And that shifty is now tied to both change of direction and acceleration. And then it says right here in these notes, also saw the physical route runner that had a 50-50 and a downhill attribute together. But depth chart changes, we got some there. Has now added edge, Sam, Mike, Will, nose tackle, gadget, and formation subs that do exist, like we've talked about. And then here's a little update on the history tab. It now shows previous championships and awards, but it said there was no trophy room in beta. So we'll see if that is our trophy room or if we're going to get something different for that. Stat increase. It now shows very clearly if a player went up in a specific stat in the menu. That's cool. We like that. Dev trait increases. That is cool because I think we all had an issue with that last year. We all got that one quarterback, running back, receiver. He won 2 Heismans. He was still a normal dev. And by the time he graduated, he was an 84 overall. And we were all disheartened that he couldn't get drafted. But I think that's going to be cool. So it says, I got an alert. He said in these notes that they got an alert that it went up from impact to star. That's huge. That you're actually going to get to see that update. So I like that a lot. Then we got some stuff talking about players gained weight in the off season. That's cool. We've always wanted to see that if they get bigger. Recruiting as a whole is similar, but the quality of life updates telling you quickly that they are rising or lowering on you. So that's pretty cool. Pro potential for deal breaker seems to be fixed by position and looks back further than a year. I like that as well. That is a cool update. Glad to see that. Custom zones on defense. So apparently defense has been all revamped. You can hold L1 and up or down to change the zone depth. That's pretty cool. Now here's one of the things that I think is going to be broken in this year's game is QBs can juke stick behind the line of scrimmage while sprinting. So it pretty much said that anytime that there's blitzes coming in now from the corners, quick corners, they'll be able to handle that now a little bit better. Pretty much says right here at the line of scrimmage, up on the D-pad triggers a new menu for the formation. When you're there, quickly move each position and assign a substitution for next time you're in that formation. So you can reset the starters with Y. That's nice. Dynamic abilities. That had a running back with Shifty, and you got hot, and it upgraded a Shifty to Platinum. Ooh, dynamic abilities. So they can upgrade in a game. So I bet that's going to be in some new things in the coaching package where it will upgrade their dev trait or upgrade their abilities mid-game if they get hot. So kind of like Madden with the X Factor. So there's probably going to be something that's like some X Factor stuff. So that seems pretty cool. So you're definitely going to have you're going to be able to kind of take over games with some of these players now. The zone coverage seems a little bit better, but didn't dive deep into it. This person didn't. They added stunts. That part's cool too. Then it says there's a lot more noticeable sponsorships this year. I want you guys to know this. These players are getting paid a lot of money. This game is very expensive now to make. You are going to see your fair share of sponsorships everywhere on this game. So just be prepared for that. Be prepared for that. I got an image right here. Stadium Pulse now is presented by Lowe's. You're going to see sponsors everywhere. Okay. So you're going to see them on the field, on the sideline, game day crew, whatever that is, which I haven't seen anyone say anything about the game day crew. Comment down below, guys. Any beta testers, let me know. Let me know what information you guys are getting. My email is in the description. Throw that in there, guys. Throw any information you guys have so we can continue to share, let people know, stay up to date on what's happening. But let's continue back into some of these notes from the beta testing. Blocking feels good, but it says they didn't have haven't played too many OP teams to find out if the quick jump thing was still a thing. There's a new double motion play. Okay, a guy motions and gets set, and then another player motions on the play. Okay, double motion power read. Both QB and running back move over wrist step. Okay, we're gonna try that out. We're gonna be trying that play out. That's going to be on here. That's going to be in our custom playbook. Also, if you guys want to join in to the CFB 9 to 5 or 26 Dynasty, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment. Comment down below that you're interested. Send me an email. Let me know you want to get in on this. That way we don't fill up too quick. You guys are able to get in. We're going to have a Discord. I'll send you all the information you need to join. Let's keep going. Looking at the roster screen, it says the player is on the right, and there's a sub menu that can change with the right stick. That goes as follows. Page 1 is abilities and dev traits. Page 2 is 6 position specific attributes. Running back speed. This is for an example. Running backs, you'll have speed, excel, agility, awareness, carrying, ball carrying, vision. Page 3, you have a deal breaker. Page 4, it'll be, can't really tell what that is. Page 5 is the season starts. And then it says coaching carousel, that they won SEC champ and went 13-0. And the best offer that there was USC, Pitt, and Wisconsin jobs. It says coaches have a lot of apparel options. Thank you. Okay, small little change, but now we can actually wear some different stuff. And then it says transfer players do get off-season upgrades. Listen, when we find out that transfer glitch is still there on day 1, that video is coming the first day out. That is going to be huge for all of our dynasties and how much we want to be able to play with that. This presentation has good replays with stats, seems fresh and clean. And then I do have a picture confirming that Delaware Blue Hens and the Montana State Bears are in the game. Delaware is going to be the dynasty team for a lot of people. I can tell. We're looking at both these teams being in the 50 overalls. I doubt that's what they'll actually be, but it's a beta test. But I think it's a possibility that we could see that, but I highly doubt it. But guys, that's pretty much everything we got. New leaks. I'm going to continue to stay on the trail throughout the course until College Football 26 gets out here. But comment any new stuff, information, you guys. Let me know your thoughts about all the information I dropped with you guys today. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, and appreciate you guys watching.